Hello, EduMagicians. Welcome to the EduMagic Podcast with your host, Dr. Sam Fessich. Dr. Sam is a professor of education, author of EduMagic, and a pumpkin spice latte fan. This podcast is designed for pre-service teachers. Remember, friends, teaching doesn't begin at graduation, but during that first class at 8 a.m. Let's get this party started.
Hi, I'm Kim Polishuk.
And I'm Jen Giffen from Shooks and Giff, the podcast.
A part of the Education Podcast Network.
Just like the show you're listening to right now.
Shows on the network are individually owned and opinions expressed may not reflect others.
Find other interesting education podcasts at edupodcastnetwork.com.
Hello, EduMagicians, and welcome back to another episode of the EduMagic Podcast. And yes, this is a second episode in 1 week. This is part 2 of our 3-part series about the Keep Calm and Study On event. Today's episode shares 12 time management tips to help you manage your life as a student and still have a life outside of classes. Part 1 was all about email etiquette. Part 2, today, time management tips. Part 3, tomorrow, about some tips about how to help you prep for tests and exams just in time for midterm season. So without further delay, let's jump right into these 12 tips because we only have so many minutes in a day, right? Let's get started. Tip number 1 is get your schedule together. So whether it is online, digital, or written on paper, get a schedule together that shows when your classes are, when your meals are, any commitments you have outside of classes. Drop into those spaces time to study throughout the day so you can get your coursework completed and you aren't stressing too much over in the evening. Remember to leave buffer time between the time classes start and when they end so you can travel from place to place. Tip number 2, brain dump. On your schedule, write down everything you need to get done. Sometimes when I'm feeling overwhelmed with everything I need to do, just writing things down can really help because then it stops kind of like that circling of things in my head and it really helps me narrow down and see what do I have to get done. I'm able to see it written down, what I need to do, and then it isn't as much as I originally thought. So it really helps me with stress and overwhelm. So make sure you write down everything you need to get done. Even write down things outside of classes and courses like exercising, getting meals, laundry, all the things. Write down everything you need to get done. Once you have everything written down, prioritize your list and complete the most important tasks first. So I have a little method called, we know that Panera has a pick 2 method, right? I have a kind of a pick 3 method where you pick 3 things off of your list and make a plan to get them completed. When you have 3 things picked off your list, prioritize them, most important first, focus on that task, get it done. Move to the second one, focus in on that task, get that done, and then so on. And if you get all 3 items off your list, get another one from your brain dump list and focus on it and get it done. Keep making small steps and progress towards your goal of your to-do list so you can make it a done list, not a to-do list. So you can get things off of your list. Tip number 4 is learning to say no. Friends, sometimes you have to say no to the extra stuff that can sneak onto your schedule. Think about it. When you say yes to something, you're essentially saying no to something else. So what are you willing to say yes to, especially when it comes to extracurricular activities? Think about your schedule. What do you need to do to get done in 24 hours? Prioritize your day. Take care of yourself. Be careful when you're saying yes to some things. Be thoughtful in your responses. So don't just say nope. There's some thoughtful ways to say no. Could be no thanks, or I already have an appointment at that time, or you know what, I can't commit to the project at this time. I can't commit the time and the energy that it needs, but thanks for thinking of me. Tip number 5 is time block. This is a really interesting way to prioritize your time and see where you're spending your time. So it's a time block. Go back to your schedule, see when your commitments are for classes, extracurriculars, practice, rehearsal, all the things. And then look at the spaces between your commitments and your classes. See where you have some time. For example, if you have time from, say, 9:30 to 10:30, block out some time to review content or get started on a new project. So you do have time throughout your day. Sometimes just writing down your schedule can really help that come to life and see, oh, look, I do have time in my day. I just need to be more mindful of how I'm spending those minutes. Tip number 6 is break down those big tasks into smaller ones. So sometimes we have a really big thing on our to-do list, and just looking at that can be super daunting, overwhelming, causing some stress. So why not take some time to break down that big task into smaller, more accomplishable tasks instead of looking at this really big thing you have to do, worrying and worrying and worrying, and then waiting the last minute to do it? Break it into smaller pieces. So for example, if you need to write a paper in a week, first on day 1, plan some time to research, get all your materials ready, go to the library, get your references. Day 2, that can be devoted to outlining your paper, working through your references and your research articles, outlining what do you want to say in your paper. Day 3, fleshing out your paper, working on the body of it. 4, work on that intro, conclusion, reference sheet. Day 5, edit and proof it. That way you're not spending all your time the night before doing all of the tasks quickly instead of thoughtfully throughout the week. And this process can be done for test taking too. So instead of cramming the night before, and guess what? Cramming is not an effective study strategy. You can have small, frequent study sessions throughout the week. That way you're not rushing the night before. You're really investing in your learning and investing in yourself and taking the time it needs for specific tasks. You might even find, if we go back to our calendar blocking, that you have maybe 9:30 to 10:30 blocked off to read or to review content. It might not take you that long, and that's okay. Reflect on that process. Tip number 7 is to exercise. I'm not saying walk 10 miles a day, but I'm just saying move your body for at least 30 minutes every day. Go for a walk around campus. Try out a new sport like, I don't know, pickleball, spike ball. Go for a swim or a hike to enjoy the fall foliage. Yoga, Zumba, you get it. Just get out there and get active. I recommend that you take a look at any classes going on at the gym. Check out the weight room or cardio machines at your campus gym. Try them out and see what you like to do. Number 8 is make those healthy choices. So make healthy food choices. Eat foods that help you feel good about yourself and help you feel energized. Add more fruits and veggies to your plate. You might even want to think about keeping a food log and track how you feel after you eat. Do you feel energized, sluggish, tired, bloated? Remember those food choices so you can make healthier choices later on. Tip number 10 is do less because it'll help you do more. So what I mean by that, not with coursework, don't do less with your coursework, but perhaps when it comes to out-of-class commitments. So when you attend that organization fair on campus, don't sign up for every single club and organization. Instead, think about, where can I invest my time wisely and meaningfully and really be a part of the organization? Instead of signing up for 30 organizations, try to look at 3 that you can really invest and be a member of. Tip number 10 is sleep. And I know sleep is not overrated, friends. It is so important. Our bodies need to rest, rejuvenate, process what we learn throughout the day. In fact, it's recommended to get 7 to 8 hours of sleep a night. So set that alarm, go to bed at a decent time, put the phone in a separate space in your dorm room so you're not just rolling over and turning off your alarm. You actually have to get up and move in the morning. So think about, what time do you need to get up in the morning? What time do you need to set your alarm so you have the appropriate amount of sleep? Morning routine. So don't just roll out of bed and head to class in your PJ pants and a wrinkled shirt. Get yourself into a morning routine. Here are a few suggestions to get you started. Try some light stretching, checking in with your body, doing some deep breathing exercises. Do not open your phone the first thing to check your social, your email, or anything. Focus on yourself. Jot down a goal that you have for the day. Jot down affirmations. Spend some time in prayer. Just spend a few minutes warming up for the day, and it can be as simple as 5 minutes where you're just warming up for the day, getting your body, your mind ready to go. Number 12, and our last one, is being mindful where you spend your time. For example, be aware of the time that you're spending on a screen, from your cell phone, your laptop, your tablet. Give your eyes a break from the screen. Be mindful of how much time you spend on social media. Consider turning off notifications. You might even want to explore setting up timers on your app, say like 30 minutes each day, designed, to thoughtfully look at social media, see how it's going to help you as a professional, but really like think about how you're using your time online and in front of screens. You want to give your body a break from that. That way you're not going down the scroll hole and you're taking control of your time. So friends, we went through 12 time management strategies. First one, getting your schedule together. Second one is a brain dump. 3 is prioritizing your list. 4 is learning to say no. 5, try some time blocking. 6, breaking big tasks down into smaller parts. 7 is exercise. 8 is making healthy food choices. 9 is do less so you can do more. 10 is get some Z's or get some good sleep. 11 is setting up a morning routine. And 12, being mindful of where you want to spend your time. So friends, I have a freebie over on the show notes. There's a freebie on my site for a daily planner. It's all ready to go for fall. It has a schedule from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. It has a little to-do list. You can put in your reminders. You can put in the date. You can print out one of these for all 5 days of the week, write in your schedule. And that way you can really see where you have time in your schedule. And if you're a future teacher, I highly recommend grabbing your copy of the digital Future Teacher Planner. It includes monthly, daily, weekly schedules, spaces for reflection for each semester, planning for each semester, and tips for you as you go throughout your college career, freshman through senior year. And you can grab that over at sfessage.com where you find these show notes. Remember, friends, you have the Edu Magic within you. Bye for now.
And there you have it, Edu-Magicians. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe and share it with your friends. For more Edu Magic, check out sfessage.com and follow Dr. Sam on Twitter and Instagram at sfessage. Until next time, you have the Edu Magic within you.